on, guys? I know it's been a little while since I've done a video, and so this video is going to be covering basically my review, my opinion on the AirDog 150 gallon per hour system. So here we go. Alright, so I know this is kind of blinking at you, and it's only doing that in the video. But anyway, so here it is on my gauge. It roughly fluctuates between 68 and 70. Now I'm going to try to get on the throttle and show you what it does when you get on the throttle. Okay, so you can see it's got about, it drops all the way down to 60. Now, it does seem to do a little bit less. I mean, it's got a little bit more of a fluctuation when I have less fuel in my tank. As you can see, I'm kind of down below, quarter tank there. Okay, so as you saw when I was on the throttle, I get a little bit more of a drop. It roughly runs around 68, kind of cruising around. If you put the hammer down, you're gonna get, drops about 8 pounds. Now I have noticed when I have more fuel in my tank, I do get better fuel pressure. I guess that makes sense. There are a couple things you can do to increase this. The only fuel bowl modification that I have is on the inside of the fuel bowl. I had removed there's like a little plunger. I did a video on this. If not, Powerstroke Help has a fuel bowl, fuel system modifications you can do, and that's actually where I saw it and where I got it. So go check that out if you want to do some fuel bowl modifications. So this is about the AirDog. So I'm just only going to talk about the AirDog. So far, I've had this on here for about a month, and I love it. It's been great for me. The throttle response, there's much more throttle response. I also did put in the sump kit. I have an XDP sump kit, so it no longer draws out of the top of the tank. It draws from the bottom of the tank. As far as installation goes, pretty simple. You leave your factory stuff right on top of the tank. You leave it all hooked up, good to go, because it's not a pump. You don't have an in-tank pump. Well, you may, I don't know. You might want to check it, but I don't have a in-tank pump. All that's in the tank is basically some filters and the sending unit for your fuel gauge. So all that stays hooked up. You don't have to do anything with it. These fuel pumps are inside of the rail, which I'll show you all that here in a second. My AirDog system is mounted under the truck as high as I could get it, because I don't want any debris or anything hitting the the pump. What else can I say about it? This is the AirDog 1. So you have AirDog 2. It's not really called AirDog 1, but it is the first AirDog system they had put out. They now have an AirDog 2 system, which is a little bit better. It's a little quieter. Really, you can't hear it when the truck is running. If anything, you hear a little buzz. Now, when the pump, say you're on an angle, okay, this is some kit. So you're on an angle. So if all your fuel here low is running to the back of the tank, the pump isn't able to pick up anything because there's just not enough in your tank. So I have noticed that when I get low and say I'm on an incline, you're going to hear some noise out of your pump, which isn't good, because that means your pump there's no fuel. It's not drawing any fuel because your truck's on an incline, so all the fuel is in the back of the tank. So that is one thing to keep in note. When your fuel level is low, you do risk running your pump dry. And really that's it with even the factory pumps. If your truck's that low and you're on an incline, you're kind of starving your truck trying to get that fuel. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you, pop underneath and show you what we got going on under here. Okay, so here is the AirDog. Okay, So here's the bracket that it comes with. There's actually one bolt up top you can't see. So those bolts for me, you know, you use this bottom bolt, it sits right up against the frame. Very easy install. You got 2 bolts up top. Now up here, I moved this block 1 hole from the top. So it is almost as high as it could go. I couldn't go any higher where I'm at because of hitting stuff up here. Hitting this up here. So this is as high as I could go. I could have moved it back just a little bit. And I could have went all the way up to the bottom of basically the truck bed, or the body of the truck. So you got your water separator, and then you got your another filter here. So you got, let's see, this is going to the tank. This goes, let's see, where does this go? Yeah, this one right here goes to the factory pump. So you still utilize your factory pump. Basically what the AirDog does is it helps increase your pressure, or keep your pressure up there. It also eliminates the air. It's one of the reasons they call it AirDog. It eliminates the air. Now you can look all this up on their spreadsheet. It kind of goes over it. You can go to airdog.com. They got some information better to explain it than I am. But it's a very easy install. Nothing to it. Hoses are real nice. I haven't had any issues with leaks or anything on none of it. I've installed it and I haven't touched it since. So, I mean, I've been happy with it. Now, this is the sump kit. Now, I have had a couple leaks here. I didn't have it tight enough. It doesn't seem to be leaking anymore, but this is the sump kit. It's very easy to install. Really nothing to this either. There's a piece that kind of slips up in the tank, and then you bolt it up. And that's pretty much to it. Just make sure your surface is really clean. Find the lowest part of the tank, which on this tank I actually kind of messed up. Almost. Right here there's actually a hole, like an indented, and I probably shouldn't have put it there. I think that's why I was having problems with it leaking. And basically this is underneath here. This is where the factory pump comes down with the draw. So when I drilled through it, I actually hit that and pulled that out. But that's pretty much it. I mean, there's the it's the XDP. It's called a no drop, so you don't have to drop your tank. I did drop my tank I didn't want to, but I drilled it. Something didn't feel right, so I dropped it. Kind of a pain in the butt. Plus, getting into your wires on top of the tank, it's kind of a pain. But yeah, here it is. I mean, it's just really nothing to it. Very easy install. I thought it was going to be a bit more of a pain than what I thought. Wasn't too bad. Truck runs great with it. I highly recommend it. There's a lot of other companies out there that make them fast as one. But from the research I did, basically the difference between fast and AirDog. Now AirDog I think is a little bit louder on these older pumps. The AirDog 2 is a little bit more quieter. And I'll get you a sound test here in a minute. But one of the biggest things that I saw was AirDog only delivers fuel and increases the fuel, I guess, whenever it's called for, instead of where fast. I think it's fast. I'm not sure what. There's a couple other ones that make it, but anyway, they deliver fuel all the time. It's just constant fuel being pushed, whether you need it all or not. So that was kind of the deciding factor for me. I mean, this isn't a race truck, so. And I'm not sponsored by AirDog or, you know, any of these other companies, you know, so this is just personal opinion for what I've done. It is kind of noisy when you turn the key. So let me turn the key. I mean, it's not too bad, but you can definitely hear it. When the truck's running, you can't really hear it. So hang on a second. Let's if I can find the keyhole. Okay, I don't even know if you can hear that. that is the pump running.
And then there we go.
So you can hear it. You can definitely hear the pump. Now, I'm gonna start the truck. Now, this is in the truck. And in here you can hear it a little bit, but I also have the door open. And now, I can't hear it at all. Now, it's probably not picking it up at all on the phone. I mean, here we are.
Right down next to it. Pump right here.
So that's one thing about the 7.3s. The 7.3s are loud anyway. So it's not really gonna bother you. I have heard some people complaining, saying that the AirDogs are just super loud. I haven't had, I have no complaints. You know, you can't hear it. I mean, if your truck's got exhaust and stuff like that on it, the 7.3s are loud. So that kind of goes away with that one. But anyway, guys, I know this is the first video I've done in a while. I do have a couple more. I'm getting ready to do an oil change on my truck. I currently only use regular oil, and I'm getting ready to go over to synthetic. So, and I'm doing the regulated fuel return. I'm doing the Swamps IDM, and there's a couple other things that I'm going to be doing here shortly, maybe in the next month or so. You know, Christmas time's coming, so I'm trying to save my pennies for the kids. So thanks guys for watching, and until next time, see you.